Hi, this is Natalie Reitram and you're watching SBR Picks. William Hill's in-play radio host and sports writer Lee Phelps joins us now to give us his big three playing on Sunday. Lee, thanks for being here today.
No problem.
Now, looking at your article posted on Sportsbook Review, your first tip comes from the Eredivisie in the Netherlands, and that's Ajax versus Feyenoord. Tell us what you like about this match.
Well, it's a good game, first of all. You know, these two teams are right near the top of the table. And you know, I like this division, to be honest with you. Anyone who hasn't bet on this division, it's good for goals. So if you like your goals and you like your overs betting, then this is one to keep an eye on. And by the way, just a little aside, the youth Eredivisie is crazy. I mean, you get like 6, 7s and stuff like that. So if you love your goals betting, have a quick look at that when you get a chance. But yeah, 8 points separate these two sides. It's second versus third, so there's quite a big difference between second and third between these two. And that difference is mainly down to Ajax's home form. They've been in great form this season at the Amsterdam Arena, dropped just 5 points. They lost to PSV, who are the top team, and they drew with the fourth place team, Zwolle. So the only points they've dropped have been against teams who are in the top 4, and this is another one. So it's just interesting to see if Feyenoord can kind of do the same to them that PSV and Zwolle did. The goal scoring has been great as well. 27 goals scored, Ajax, and they've conceded 5. I mean, it's fantastic home form, brilliant. And I'm going to be going for them because Feyenoord's away form is okay, but when you actually look into it, Natalie, and the reason I think they are fourth is because they haven't played that many clubs in the top half of the table. They've played a lot of lower teams in the Eredivisie, and I think once they start to play the better clubs away from home, then they'll start to move down the table a tiny bit. So I think Ajax's goal power will be just a little bit too much for them, to be honest with you. I can see over 2.5 landing. I can see over 3.5 landing, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go for Ajax to win. They've got a really good record against Feyenoord. I think they've won all but one of the last 7 head-to-heads. Ajax to win, over 2.5 goals in a match. And that's 3.1, 21-10. So I think that's a nice price.
Yep, certainly is. Well, the next in Sunday's Big Three comes from the UK, and that's the FA Cup match, Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. Now, this is going to be an interesting match. I can see this being close. What do you like from here?
Yeah, Bournemouth, the top of the Championship. That's the second division in the UK and in England, if you like. With the FA Cup and with any cup competition, what I like to look for, if I'm looking for an upset, is a team from a lower division who have got higher confidence than the team from the higher division. So I think confidence is a great leveller. You get many managers who say that on any given day, any team in England could beat any team. The actual footballing, skills aren't that much different. Obviously, I'm not talking about Diego Costa and Sergio Aguero. I'm just talking about Aston Villa, for instance. The difference between the players on any given day isn't that much. It's the consistency over a season that's difficult to achieve.
Yeah. Bournemouth
Bournemouth scores so many goals. They're a very confident team. They've just drawn a blank away at Leeds, which is a rare thing for them. But other than that, they score goals for fun. 42 goals they've scored in 17 away games in cup competitions and league. That's lots. Obviously, a lot of those are against Championship opposition. But Aston Villa, 15th in the Premier League, they're going the wrong way at the moment. They've scored 8 goals. 8 goals in 13 home games in Cup and League. Mm-hmm. They lost 1-0 to a team called Leyton Orient, who were in a lower division than Bournemouth are. And they only beat Blackpool, who are bottom of the Championship. Bournemouth are top. Only beat them 1-0 in the 88th minute. You only have to look at the odds to figure out that this isn't... The bookmakers don't even think this isn't that much of an upset if Bournemouth win. People would go, yeah, fair enough. But I'm going to go for Bournemouth to win. I'm going to trust that they score 2 goals. I think Villa can get 1. Bournemouth to win, over 2.5 goals in the match. That's 5.0, 4-1. I think that's a good price.
Yeah, certainly is. And you're right, Aston Villa, they're in 15th place right now. And right now they've only won 2 matches at home. So even though Aston Villa do have the home advantage, they're not so strong at home. So I like that. Bournemouth here, the upset and the over 2.5 goals, bringing odds of 5.0 there. Now, the final pick comes from the French Ligue 1, St. Etienne versus PSG. This match is 4th versus 3rd in France. Also sees the joint highest away scorers go up against the joint best home defence in Ligue 1. What do you like here?
Yeah, well, what I don't like is no goals, but that's what you get in this division. I've gone for the first match in the Eredivisie goals, the match in the FA Cup goals. This one's the opposite, I mean, it's a good league. I'm not saying it's not a good league, but if you like your goals betting, this isn't the one for you. I think half of the teams in this division have averaged under 2.5 goals in the season so far. So you get the idea. You mentioned the good home record. They've only let in 4 goals in 10 games at home, St Etienne. PSG have scored 17 goals in the same amount of away games. Now that's really high, but it's not. It's not even 2 a game, is it? I mean, that's 1.7 goals per game, which is not high when you look across Europe, and it's not high for a PSG team who've got lots of quality in their side. I think it's going to be tight. These two teams only played each other a couple of weeks ago, and PSG won in the cup 1-0, and it was that man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who scored the goal. So his quality and his class was the only difference. I could see the same thing being the case here. I could see 1 goal separating these two teams. I could even see a 0-0 draw. It's a very tight league at the moment. As you said, 4th versus 3rd, so no one wants to give too much away. PSG are getting back into their form, but I think it'll be tight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0, and I'm going to go for under 1.5 goals, 3.0, 2-1. I think that's got every chance that you've got a 0-0 on your side or a 1-0 either way.
All right, so not many goals in that match, but good odds, 3.0 there. Okay, so sum up Lee Phelps' picks here, the top 3 for Sunday. We've got Ajax win and the over 2.5 goals, 3.1 when they host Feyenoord. Bournemouth win and the over 2.5 goals, priced 5.0. And St Etienne versus PSG, under 1.5 goals there, priced 3.0. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks a lot.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.